Hello everyone, this is Bob Honish at the National Weather Service in Great Falls with a quick review of recent weather and climate trends and an outlook for the rest of August and beyond as we move through our core summer fire season across north central and central Montana. July temperatures ended up at or just below seasonal averages, but the last week of the month was especially hot and dry after a cool start to the month and an unusually wet end to June. The chart here shows daily temperatures relative to climatology and records at Helena, but similar trends occurred across the area. Following a wetter than normal June, most areas saw below average precipitation for the month of July. Precipitation was mostly scattered thunderstorm activity, and a few locations that saw more frequent thunderstorms did end up with localized near or above average precipitation. The driest conditions overall occurred over areas east of the Rocky Mountain front and west of I-15. Looking at longer-term precipitation trends beginning late this spring and May, much of north central Montana remains above normal for precipitation through the period thanks to the wet conditions in June. Longer-term dryness is evident though, especially across portions of southwest Montana. Soil moisture calculations show some of the lingering effects from this June precipitation with slight wet anomalies in parts of Montana. Though these effects are diminishing quickly, as seen in the monthly soil moisture anomaly changes that occurred through July, which is shown in the map on the right. Moderate drought has been persistent across parts of southwest and southeast Montana, with some abnormally dry areas across parts of the state east of the Continental Divide, including an area centered near Blaine County. However, most of north central Montana remains outside of any drought status. These images of green vegetation fraction are derived from satellite imagery, and the larger image on the left depicts the current estimated percent of green vegetation as of August 4th. For comparison, the top right image shows the change in percentage of green vegetation over the last month, while the bottom right image shows the difference from last year on August 4th. Looking ahead now through the next week or two, the high-pressure ridge that brought very warm and dry conditions from late July into the first few days of August looks to get suppressed at times by several weather systems moving into the northwest U.S. from the Pacific. Warm and dry conditions would prevail in this weather pattern for most areas, with brief periods of cooler temperatures as these weather systems pass. While the periods of hot weather may be of shorter duration, a concern in this weather pattern is the potential for increased winds as these weather systems pass, which could result in critical fire weather conditions. Precipitation in this weather pattern would also likely be limited to only scattered thunderstorm activity. Longer-range predictions for the second half of August show potential for this high-pressure ridge in the southwest U.S. to strengthen again in the middle to later part of the month, but confidence in the duration and strength of the upper-level ridge is low. This could bring another period of much warmer than average temperatures to finish out the month. Looking ahead to September, the 3-month outlook from the Climate Prediction Center suggests a slight preference for above normal temperatures with near equal chances of below, above, or near normal precipitation. Confidence in longer range forecasts decreases significantly during this period, especially so because of the seasonal transition that evolves during the month of September. So stay tuned and we'll likely have better information with the next update later this month. As a reminder, here's the August and September 2020 Predictive Services outlooks for significant wildland fire potential, which show above normal potential for most of Montana in August and September. In summary, overall warm and dry conditions are likely to continue through August. Periods of breezy to windy conditions are likely at times, which may lead to critical fire weather events, but may also bring somewhat cooler conditions at times through the first half of the month. Much of north central and central Montana are following typical trends for drying at this point in the summer, though there are some areas with precipitation deficits, including parts of southwest Montana. Lightning activity is possible at times and will increase preceding the passage of weather systems that may also be followed by windier periods.